US Defence Secretary Pete Hegseth has ordered the withdrawal of 5,000 troops from Germany. It's part of a growing rift between President Donald Trump and European nations over the Iran war. Now, Trump had threatened the move earlier this week after sparring with the German Chancellor. Friedrich Merz said the US was being humiliated by Iran. Well, Al Jazeera's Dominic Kane joins us now from Berlin. And Dominic, the German Defence Minister has since reacted. What's he had to say in response?
Yes, Defence Minister Pistorius, in the course of the last hour or so, responding to this by saying the presence of United States soldiers, personnel in Europe is essential to the security of Europe, particularly in Germany too. But he also said it was foreseeable that the United States might choose to reduce the number of personnel that it has in this country, in this continent. And on that note about the security of the continent, he said that Germany feels it is on the right track by increasing the size of its army, by declaring to its European colleagues that it wants to assert a greater role in providing security to this continent. But no question that Mr. Pistorius would have preferred not to be making these comments, would prefer not to see these troops being removed by the United States president.
And Dominic, as we said, this comes after Merz said earlier in the week that Iran had humiliated the US. Well, what does it mean for the German-US relationship as well as NATO?
Yes, it's all very interesting, isn't it? Over the course of the last few days, Mr. Merz has found himself having to defend and then track back from those comments he made about the strategic role the United States has played in the war in Iran, how he felt that Iran had humiliated the United States. And the interesting thing, so on Thursday, Mr. Merz had spoken at a German army base about the importance of the Transatlantic partnership between NATO and Europe. That's the United States in NATO and Europe, and yet this has happened. The interesting thing is, from the NATO perspective, this morning we've heard a spokesperson talk about what has happened, what's been announced by the White House, saying we are looking into what this force reduction will entail, how it will be implemented, but also stressing the need for European countries to reach 5% of their budget on defence. That's something which many countries have committed themselves to, but very few have been able to reach. Certainly the Germans are not that close to that percentage. And it is worth bearing that in mind. Mr. Merz has found himself in this situation. He may have thought that other European leaders shared his perspective, but few others have actually said that. And therefore, from one final thought, it means that when this reduction in force that President Trump has announced takes place, every seventh member of United States troops that are currently in this country will leave. It will bring the numbers in this country back to what they were prior to the war in Ukraine beginning. So the greater infrastructure that NATO and the United States has in Germany will not change. But this is certainly being perceived by some here in Berlin as a shot across Chancellor Merz's bows.
OK, thank you so much, as always, Dominic. Dominic came for us there in Berlin.